Have you ever sat down to work but you can't focus? Your mind is wandering, your attention stolen. You see, there is a war going on, and they're fighting to stop you from acquiring the most powerful skill of the modern world. The skill of focus. There's never been a more prominent need for focus in a world full of distractions. From marketers to social media, everything is fighting for your attention. And unless you fight back, you're never going to win. So in this video, we're going to go over the strategy you need to follow to unlock insane focus on command. But like anything, you can't jump straight into the deep end. Before you fight any war, you need to understand what it is you're fighting for. And with focus, there are 3 prerequisites you need to understand if you want to have any chance of winning this fight. The first prerequisite is to understand what focus is. Focus is nothing but the ability to apply your attention and your energy to something that matters. But the world is fighting every second for your focus. From the constant voice in the back of your mind screaming at you to pick up your phone and scroll social media, to the marketers of the world trying to get you to look at their product. The world is fighting for your applied attention and energy. Your job is to control what you apply it to. And with focus, there are 3 layers. You have unfocused, where you're not focused on anything in particular, or at least not anything of your choice. You then have focused, where you're applying your attention and your energy to something of your choice. And then you have flow, a supercharged state of hyper focus which enhances problem solving, creativity, decision making, information processing and mood. And for this, you can thank the massive surge in neurochemicals such as dopamine, norepinephrine and acetylcholine. Flow is the goal. If you can spend more time in flow, you will live a more happy and fulfilled life whilst getting more done and having more success. Next, you need to understand what fuels focus. Focus, and especially flow, is incredibly taxing on your mind and body. It uses a ton of energy and neurochemicals. So you need to be able to fuel your focus and replenish what you use during your focused work. And to do that, there's a few things you can do. You need to get good sleep. Now this comes down to 4 things. First off, you get 7 to 9 hours of sleep each night, and then you get morning sunlight. You cut out caffeine 10 hours before you plan to go to bed, and then you cut out blue light and bright lights 1 hour before you go to bed. You also need to have good nutrition. Now this can be made as simple as eating 90% or more of your calories from good whole foods and getting 1 gram of protein per pound of body weight. And finally, you need active recovery. The likes of walks, exercise, lifting weights, ice baths, saunas, reading, meditating, things that require effort but are actually good for you and stimulate healing and growth in your body. And the final prerequisite is that you understand that macro focus bleeds into micro focus. Micro focus is what you'd expect. It's applying your attention and your energy to the task at hand. The war that you're fighting is not only for this micro focus, but also for macro focus. Macro focus is the bigger picture. It's what you're focused on long term. It's why you're performing the micro focus. This is the likes of your life vision. Where do you want to go in life? How do you want to live? What do you want to achieve? What impact do you want to have? What house do you want to have? What do you want to do for work? And then your goals. So what do you want to achieve in 10 years, 5 years, 3 years, and 1 year that will push you towards your life vision? If you don't have this macro focus, your micro focus is useless. It's pointless, because this long-term vision for your life ensures that you're actually applying your attention and energy in the micro on the right things. Without it, you might be wasting your time. You might be tricking yourself into thinking you're focusing on the right things, but in reality, you have no idea, because you don't know what you're meant to be moving towards. Now, with the 3 understandings that we just covered, you have the knowledge to fight this war to the best of your ability. You're prepared and you can win. So to unlock insane focus on command, there are 3 stages you have to go through. The first stage is preparation. Now, most people try to skip this step and they fail. They sit down, they open their laptop to work, and within 5 minutes, their attention is stolen and they're scrolling their phone. They're distracted. So don't skip this step. If you want to focus, you need to be prepared. And if you want to be prepared, there are 3 things you need to do. First, you need to know what task you're doing. For every work block, choose a single task that will move you towards your goals. This task should be tough but not impossible. However, if it's too easy, you'll not be stimulated enough and you won't be able to enter flow. But if it's too hard and too challenging, you'll get frustrated and you'll not be able to enter deep focus and flow. So make sure that your task is in this challenge skill balance and focus solely on it. No multitasking. Once you know what task you're doing, you then have to remove distractions. Remember, this is a fight for your focus, and the easiest fight to win is the one you don't have to fight. So remove anything that could steal your attention. Your phone should be turned off and put in another room. Your computer should have an app and website blocker installed and turned on. And you should be in a room alone where no one will disturb you. Finally, you have to prepare for the task itself. What do you need to complete the task? A laptop, a charger, a water bottle, coffee? What do you need? Whatever it is, get it before you start working so that you can sit down and solely focus on the task at hand. Once you've done this, you can move into stage 2, doing. Doing is simple. This is where you fight for your focus, you sit down and apply your attention and energy to a meaningful task. So the first step here is to block off time to work, because here's the thing. Focusing is hard. It requires a ton of energy. So if you don't schedule it, if you don't plan to do it, you're going to resort to the path of least resistance, which involves you not doing the work. But what gets scheduled gets done. So plan your day and block off 3 to 4 90-minute blocks to do focused work. So by now you've removed distractions, you know a task you're working on, and you've got everything you need to do it. All you have to do now is sit down and do the work. But a word of warning, this is a battle you're fighting. Sitting down to focus won't be easy. The first 15 to 20 minutes of your focused work are going to be uncomfortable. You're going to be sitting there and thinking, fuck, I can't focus. But don't panic, this is normal. This is meant to be happening. This is thanks to your norepinephrine or adrenaline levels increasing. It makes you feel agitated and uncomfortable. But if you push through this 20 minutes of discomfort and agitation by keeping your eyes on the task and doing the work as best as you can, eventually your dopamine levels and your acetylcholine levels will increase and you'll have entered flow. A hyper-focused state where time dilates and you become one with the task. All you have to do now is not get distracted. Keep doing the work and focusing on the task in this state of deep focus and flow. Now this should be easy enough because you've removed distractions in stage 1. Your phone is in another room, all distracting apps and websites are blocked on your computer, and you're in a room alone. But just because you're in this distraction-free zone doesn't mean that your focus is going to be one level throughout the work block. It won't be. Your focus is going to drift up into high states of focus and down into lower states of focus, but don't let this distract you. Don't let this take you out of flow. Understand when you're in this state where your focus is lower that you will come back into a state of higher focus, but only if you keep your attention and effort on the task at hand. After this, you can enter the third stage, after flow. So remember, focus and flow are taxing on your body. It uses a ton of energy and neurochemicals, so after you're finished your work block, you need to replenish them. Now, throughout the day, you're going to have about 4 hours max of deep focused work, but your body also operates in 90-minute rhythms called ultradian rhythms, where your body goes from a state of low to high to low energy every 90 minutes. Hence why I said earlier you need to schedule in your focused work in 90-minute blocks. And after each 90-minute block, you should take a 20 or so minute break before doing another focused work block to allow your body to get into the next stage of ultradian rhythms and back into a high energy state. And then after a total of 4 hours of deep focused work in your day, your mind and body are going to be fried. They don't have enough energy or supply of neurochemicals to dedicate to focus. So that's where this third stage of after flow comes in. You need to recover and recover properly so that tomorrow you can repeat this cycle and win the fight for your focus. Now, this recovery doesn't mean sitting around watching Netflix and eating pizza. It means active recovery that promotes growth and healing in your body. So daily exercise, lifting weights 3 to 5 times a week, but also doing something every single day that makes you sweat. Taking ice baths, saunas, going on walks, reading, meditating. Things that require energy but long term promote healing and growth. If you skip this step, which most people do, you might be able to win the battle for your focus once, maybe twice, but you'll not do it consistently. You'll not be able to win day after day, and you will lose this war. You see, unlocking and staying focused is simple. Don't listen to anybody who overcomplicates it. Remove distractions, choose and prepare for a meaningful task, block off 90 minutes, put your head down, push through the initial discomfort, prioritize recovery, and understand the 3 prerequisites. Everything else is a distraction. So to win this war for your focus, remember, focus is a skill. Repeat these 3 stages daily, build your focus, and build your life. Click subscribe, and I will see you in the next video.